I gotta tell you this wild story about my old roommate, Jake. It's been a while, but it still messes with my head. I'm just some dude, you know? Work a boring job unloading trucks all day, nothing special. It's backbreaking work, lifting heavy boxes, sweating like crazy, and by the time I get home, I'm wiped. Me and Jake shared this rundown apartment, peeling paint, creaky floors, the works. The place was a dump, but it was cheap, and I needed someone to split the rent with. Jake answered my ad, seemed normal enough. He was chill at first, or so I thought. We'd hang out sometimes, watch dumb action movies, or he'd help me fix the leaky faucet. Said he worked nights at some security gig, so we barely crossed paths. I'd be crashing when he left, and he'd roll in as I was heading out. Worked fine, I guess. The apartment was on the second floor of this old building. The stairs creaked like crazy, and the hallway always smelled like mildew. My room was at the end of the hall, and Jake's was across from mine. There was a small living room with a couch that sagged in the middle, and a kitchen that was barely big enough for one person. The basement was the worst part. Dark, damp, and smelled like something died down there. I avoided it like the plague. But then, stuff started getting weird. Like I'd grab a pizza, eat half, and the next day, it'd be gone. Not just a slice, whole thing. I'd think, man, am I that hungry and forgetting? Then my keys. They'd be on the hook by the door, but I'd find them under the couch or something. One time, I found my toothbrush in the kitchen sink. Swear to God. Dumb little things, right? I blamed it on being tired. Work was kicking my ass, and the coffee maker was on the fritz, so I was running on fumes. It got creepier though. One night, I heard this scratching sound, like nails on wood. Figured it was the stray cat that hung around, 'cause the floorboards always groaned when it bolted across. But it kept happening, late, when Jake was at work. I'd lie there, eyes open, just listening. Then my diary, yeah, I keep one, don't judge, showed up on my pillow one day. I know I stashed it in my sock drawer. That's when I freaked. Was someone sneaking in? The lock was crap, so I ordered this cheap camera online. Set it up in the living room, didn't tell Jake, didn't want to look nuts. A few days later, my buddy Mike came over. We were gonna watch the game, but he kept glancing around, like something was off. "Dude, you hear that?" he whispered. I didn't hear anything, but he swore there was a faint humming coming from the basement. I shrugged it off, but it stuck with me. That night, I checked the camera footage. Holy hell, it's Jake. Not at work. Nah. He'd leave at night, then sneak back after like 20 minutes. He'd head straight to the basement. That place was nasty, damp, dark, smelled like old socks. But there he was, down there all day. Then, when I was out cold, he'd creep upstairs, going through my stuff, flipping through my diary, sitting on my bed, watching me sleep. I'm shaking just watching this, heart hammering like crazy. He's in a security uniform, but it's fake. Found out he got canned months ago. I couldn't just let it slide. Next morning, he stumbles in, and I'm sitting there, coffee cold in my hands. "Hey, Jake. How's the job going?" I say, voice all shaky. He yawns, shrugs. "Fine. Same old." I swallow hard. "Really? 'Cause I heard you got canned months ago." He freezes. Face goes white as a sheet. "Well, what? Who said that?" "Doesn't matter. Is it true?" He flops on the couch, head in his hands. Yeah, it's true. Lost the job ages ago. Didn't want to tell you. Felt like a loser. I'm pissed, but my voice cracks. "So why you hiding in the basement? Why you messing with my stuff? Watching me sleep, man, that's messed up." He looks up, eyes wet. I don't know. I'm sorry. I couldn't deal. It was dumb, okay? I didn't mean to scare you. I wanted to believe him, but I couldn't. "You gotta go, Jake. Pack your crap and get out." He nods, all quiet, and leaves the next day. I switched the locks, but it didn't help. Stuff still felt wrong. Like I'd find a sock I swore I'd washed back in the hamper, or hear that damn scratching again. One night, I'm half asleep, and there's this thud from the basement. I grab a flashlight, legs like jelly, and creep down. Nothing's there, just that wet, rotten stink hitting me hard. I noped out fast, moved out a month later, couldn't take it. I still wonder about Jake. What was he doing down there? Why me? I never checked the basement again. Too chicken shit. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe not. Keeps me up sometimes thinking about it. Anyway, that's my story. Watch your back, yeah? You never really know who's living with you. My name is Kevin. Yeah, I guess I'll just dive in. I'm not good at telling stories, so bear with me, okay? I used to live in this little apartment. Nothing fancy, just a cheap place with creaky floors and a tiny kitchen. My cat, Muffin, used to chase shadows across the room at night, her little paws tapping on the wood. Kinda cute, but it'd wake me up sometimes. Anyway, I'm just a regular dude. Work a boring job, come home, eat some ramen, you know the drill. About a year ago, I got a roommate. His name was Kevin too, which was weird at first. We'd laugh about it like, "Hey Kev, pass the salt." And he'd say, "Which Kev you talking to?" He seemed cool though. Quiet guy, paid rent on time, always there to listen when I'd ramble about my day. I thought, man, this guy's a good friend. But things started getting strange. It started small. Like I'd leave my phone on the counter while I showered, and when I came back, I'd find texts sent to my buddies. Dumb stuff like, "You're a jerk," or "I don't want to hang out anymore." I'd call them up, all confused, like, "Dude, I didn't send that." They'd get mad, stop talking to me. Kevin would just sit there sipping his coffee saying, "Man, that sucks. People are so flaky." I'd nod, feeling like an idiot. Then I started feeling off. Tired all the time, head foggy like I couldn't think straight. Kevin kept pointing it out. "Hey, you okay? You look shaky? Maybe you're stressed or something?" He'd go on about anxiety, depression, all this stuff I never thought about before. I'd say, "Nah, I'm fine." But he'd keep pushing, like, "No man, I see it. You should talk to someone." I started doubting myself. Maybe he was right? One night, I woke up, middle of the night, pitch black, and my body felt heavy, like I'd been hit by a truck. I could barely move. I heard Kevin in the kitchen, clinking dishes or something. Next morning I asked, "Were you up late?" He just shrugged, said, "Nope, slept like a baby." But I swore I heard him. My coffee tasted weird that day too. Bitter, kinda chalky. I didn't think much of it, just figured the milk went bad. Things got worse. My friends stopped texting back completely. My girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, dumped me after getting some creepy message from my phone. I'd leave it on the couch for 5 minutes, and boom, another fight. Kevin was always there after, patting my shoulder saying, "She didn't deserve you, man. I'm here for you." I'd mumble a thanks, but something about his voice. It sounded too calm, you know? One day, I came home early. The apartment was quiet. Too quiet. Muffin was hiding under the couch, which she never does. I walked past Kevin's room, and his door was cracked open. I peeked in, couldn't help it, and saw him sitting on his bed, hunched over a notebook. He was muttering to himself, scribbling fast. I cleared my throat and he snapped the book shut, grinning at me like, "Oh hey, didn't hear you come in." I asked what he was writing. He said, "Just work stuff," but his hands were shaky. I let it slide, didn't want to push it. Couldn't sleep that night. Kept hearing this faint hum, like a voice, but not quite, coming from his room. I got up, tiptoed to the hall, and pressed my ear to his door. He was whispering. Next phase, trust broken, increased dosage. I froze. Dosage. What the hell? I backed off, heart thumping, and locked my door. Next day, I pretended everything was normal. Ate breakfast, laughed at his dumb jokes. But when he left for work, I snooped. Found a box under his bed. Old files, notebooks, a recorder. One folder had my name on it. Inside, pages about me. My fears. Stuff I'd told him late at night, like how I hate being alone. There were notes. Subject shows, signs of confusion, meds working. Meds? Then I saw more folders, other names, other projects, photos of people I didn't know, timelines of their breakdowns. My hands wouldn't stop trembling. I grabbed Muffin and bolted. Left everything. Clothes, dishes. Didn't care. Moved in with a cousin. Blocked Kevin's number. But a week later, I got a voicemail. No caller ID. It was him, laughing soft, saying, "You're a fun one. See you around." I deleted it, but I still hear that laugh sometimes, when it's quiet. I don't know what he wanted. Control? Some sick game? The apartment's empty now, last I heard. I drive a different way home these days, just in case. Muffin still hides sometimes, and I wonder if she remembers him too. I gotta tell you about this wild thing that went down with my old roommate, Marcus. I'm just some dude, okay? Work a boring job at a tech place. Live in this rundown apartment with creaky floors and a fridge that hums too loud. The rent was cheap, so I needed someone to split it with. Marcus answered my ad. Seemed chill at first, quiet, paid on time, even fixed the wobbly table leg once. But the dude was always burning his toast. Kitchen smelled like a campfire gone wrong every morning. At first it was fine. We'd hang out sometimes, watch old kung fu movies or whatever. But then, I don't know, things got weird. One night I got home late from grabbing coffee. Must have been like 7 p.m. And Marcus goes, "Hey, how was the coffee shop? Get your latte?" I froze. How'd you know I was there?" He just grinned, all awkward, and said, "Saw your car outside." But that place is miles away. No way he just saw it. I brushed it off, told myself I was overthinking it. People say stuff, right? But it kept happening. I'd call my buddy about some dumb work thing, and next day Marcus is like, "Your friend still mad about his boss?" I never told him that. My heart started racing every time he opened his mouth. I'd be cooking dinner, spaghetti usually, 'cause I'm lazy, and I'd hear the floorboards creak behind me. My cat would bolt across the room at night, and those creaks would wake me up. I'd peek out my door. Nothing. Just shadows. I started thinking maybe I was paranoid. Then it got creepier. I posted a pic on Instagram, me at the park, just chilling by the lake. Marcus comes home and goes, "That trail by the water looked nice. Did you see any ducks?" I didn't even mention the trail. My hands got all sweaty. "How'd you know that?" I asked. He laughed, too loud, and said, "Oh, just a guess." But his eyes were weird. Like he was hiding something. One night, I couldn't sleep. My neighbor's dog was barking like crazy outside, driving me nuts. I got up to close the window and figured I'd scroll my phone. That's when I saw it. Marcus's laptop was open on the couch. I know I shouldn't have looked, but I did. There were folders, with my name. Screenshots of every post I'd ever made. Even dumb stories about my lunch. He had pics from my friends' pages too, stuff I was tagged in. Fake accounts with no pics following my sister, my co-workers. My chest felt tight. I wanted to puke. I didn't say anything at first. Too freaked out. I mean, what if he lost it? I started locking my door at night, kept my phone close. Then, a few days later, I'm at this burger joint with friends. Posted a check-in on Facebook, 'cause the fries were killer. Halfway through my meal, Marcus walks in. "Hey, what a coincidence," he says, all cheery. I just stared. "Why are you here?" He shrugged. "Just hungry. Small world, huh?" Number no way. I checked my phone later. He'd been tracking me. Some app we both used had my location on. I turned it off, hands shaking. It didn't stop. My ex called me one day, out of nowhere. Said some guy, my roommate, messaged him, asking about our breakup. Said he was worried about me. Marcus, digging into my past like some psycho. I felt naked, you know? Like he'd ripped my life open. I snapped. Marcus, what the hell? Why are you stalking me? I yelled. He started crying, big, messy sobs. Said he was lonely, that he just wanted to be my friend. If I knew everything, we'd be close, he said. It was so messed up. I told him to get out. He begged, promised he'd stop, but I couldn't even look at him. He left a week later, dragging his stuff out while I watched from my room. But it's not over. I still see his car sometimes, parked down the street from work. I get random friend requests from blank profiles. Is it him? I don't know. I moved, changed my locks, but when it's quiet at night, when the fridge hums or the floor creaks, I feel like he's still there, watching, waiting. I don't think I'll ever shake it.